All right, so this is our setup for printing. When it's your turn to print, you're gonna have a magazine that's open. You're gonna have your practice sheet here. You're going to have your styrofoam. I've already printed, that's why mine is black, and a roller. And here's what we're gonna do. We're going to squirt some black paint on one side of your magazine, but not on the other. You're going to load up your brayer, that's what the roller is called. Load up your brayer, and you'll notice it doesn't want to turn real well. It's a little slippery, but try to load it up, and then on the other side, get some of the excess paint off so that it's evenly coated. All right, and then you're going to roll it right onto your styrofoam. You can look closely and see how well it is coating your styrofoam. It's a little hard for me to tell with my piece since it's already been printed. Don't spend a lot of time rolling it because you don't want it to dry before you're ready to print. Then on the other side, I have my arrow. I'm going to line up with the corner and press. Kind of massage the back of your styrofoam and then peel it up. And there's my first print. Pretty successful, I would say. However, this is just practice. I do want to practice a couple more times to see how my design continues before I go on to my final paper. When you've done a few more practice squares, rotating the design each time, then you can move on to your final painted background. Okay, so the practice paper you can keep if you want to, and then you're going to start printing right onto your final. Make sure that the arrow always points to the middle of your paper. Okay, let's do one more practice here. So I load up my brayer. I get the excess off, and then I roll my styrofoam. It does take a few times to practice before you get the amount of paint correct. So here's my middle. I'm gonna line it up with my other print. Press, massage. And pull. All right, that lines up pretty nicely. I like that. I feel pretty comfortable with that. After two good prints like that, I would probably just start on my final paper right away. If yours didn't turn out quite as well for your practice, do a couple more, maybe do a complete circle until you feel comfortable. When you're done, your painting, your mandala should go on the drying rack. This can go on the drying rack too if you want to keep it. If you don't care to keep it, you can throw it away. Okay, the roller is going to have to be passed on to the next person on the list, as well as the magazine, but don't give them the dirty magazine. Go ahead and rip out the pages that you used and let them have a fresh, clean page to start with. Okay? Your placemat here, if it's not painted and it's not very dirty, like mine is not very, I would just put it back on the placemat pile. If it is painted and wet, just crumple it up and throw it away. Last but not least, if you got any paint beyond your messy mat or table area, please go get a wet wipe and do some cleanup. You know, wipe your fingers, wash your hands, and then you have some time to do free draw.